So with the left, it's not just the infiltration of their little activists within the federal government and our institutions. It's also how dangerous the American left has become under President Trump's second presidency, especially with regard to Elon Musk. And I want to play a clip of Jimmy Kimmel from his show last night. Watch.
Vandalizing Tesla vehicles, new Tesla vehicles. Please don't vandalize. Don't ever vandalize Tesla vehicles. And so,
Oh, wait, that wasn't funny. So you have all of these radical environmentalists that like 5 seconds ago were like, Elon Musk is our god because he provides us with cool electric cars. The other ones are really lame. These are actually cool to drive. And now they're literally torching them. It's insane. You've got these Democrats, they hate Doge. They can't stand that all of these taxpayer scams, these money laundering operations are getting shut down. And Elon Musk is now the guy who's heading that up. And so they feel like they have to hate him. And I just want to read, let's go through some of this. Rick Wilson of the Lincoln Project, who, there are some questions about those men and young boys, I'll just say. He wrote the Substack saying, kill Tesla, save the country. Elon has a weak spot. Attack. Oh, those leftists are just so charming. Yes, I am calling Rick Wilson a leftist. Then you have John Cusack, actor John Cusack, who posted a cartoon of the Statue of Liberty lighting Teslas on fire. And he's like repeatedly been sharing posts that imply that Elon is a Nazi because he's trying to save your tax money, remember? And then you have journalist Andy Ngo. He found training materials on how to carry out this Tesla-burning terrorist operation, including a pro tip not to use Molotov cocktails as well. You've got an anti-capitalist group that spread the word on how to pull off this sabotage. And perhaps the most disturbing of all, this group that has now doxed Tesla owners. So they put up a map of where these Tesla owners allegedly live as if they're supposed to what? Like, they don't personally know Elon. I'm sure they're just like, oh, cool, an electric car that I like, I'll buy it. And now they're getting, dragged through the mud. Now their lives are put at risk. This is total terrorism. And it just is like, okay, that's what the left has become. They are the party of violence now.
Now?
Well, they are the party of violence. But I mean, you have these people, you have Tim Walz that came out and said, we should somehow destroy Tesla as a company. And it's like, dude, this is an American company that gives jobs to thousands upon thousands of people. Why would that be good for your country? It wouldn't be, but they don't care about what's good for the country.
They
don't care.
Burn it to the ground.
They will burn it to the ground because they didn't get their way.
Ground because they don't love this place. They don't love this country, and you will never defend what you do not love. They do not love America. They love themselves.
Right.
They're little gods. They're deities. They've self-deified themselves. You neophyte deities, you will burn in a hellfire. You want to talk global warming? You're going to burn in a hellfire. It's going to get hot, baby. Really hot. I'm so sick of this. Here we are under a Trump administration. Where's the FBI? This is what you should be doing. They're talking about torch Tesla. Spreading words on how to set buildings on fire. By the way, there's dealerships. People own businesses.
Right. It's like
Elon doesn't own every dealership. There's people put their livelihoods in it. The
manager of the car lot is like, I didn't do anything. Why are you ruining my cars?
Doxing people, putting their addresses online, saying, here's a Tesla owner, go to hit. What are they insinuating? What is Jimmy doing, by the way? Don't torch Teslas. No, he's telling him to torch Teslas.
Right, of course.
Okay, so all of a sudden, okay, why don't we descend upon... It's hate speech. To your point, they're communist. They burnt this place to the ground in BLM. Mm-hmm. That was them. Mm-hmm. They did this, right? They had students yell, "We are Hamas" on our college campuses. That's them. They brought Jew hatred back to this country. That's them. And now they're going after a guy, weak spot. I want to see what the Department of Justice does now. I want examples. If you think of J6, people that just casually show up in a city to watch a president, people that just walk into a building that the people own, by the way, what are you going to do to people that set property on fire?
Yeah, which Pam Bondi says that they are going after all of these people. I hope that they do. For Rick Wilson, anyway, he apparently got a 30-day timeout from X for inciting terrorism. You don't want to mess with Elon on there.
What makes this even all the more retarded is it's blind tribalism to something that they don't even know what they're burning Teslas for or doing all this.
Because Orange Man bad.
Yeah. Basically because Orange Man bad. Because Doge, I love Doge. It's not an original idea. You know who originally did Doge? Barack Obama. Barack Obama, his administration was the one that first said, hey, let's do a Department of Government Efficiency. I don't think they call it that. It was a very similar acronym. But they said the exact same things. In fact, there's a hilarious video of Obama trying to sell this where he's like, you know how inefficient our government is? That's why I'm putting Joe Biden in control. Nobody messes with Joe. He actually says that. Just help scale back and all this wasteful spending. And then he goes through a bunch of stuff on the waste, like subsidizing a folk rock band or something. It's the exact same stuff that's happening now that we're pulling out from USAID, saying, I can't believe we're subsidizing this, this, and this. Exactly the same.
That you have to wonder how much of it originated under Barack Obama.
Yeah, right.
Like what? Like what we're funding now. They're like,
the spending.
Can you believe we were funding this folk song? We should be funding the trans shows in Peru instead. Yeah. And you're like,
condoms to the Muslims or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, originally he was anti-LGBTQ until he was like, they figured out through some study focus group that this would actually be beneficial for us. They don't even believe it.
President Trump was the first president who was pro-LGBT marriage. Or I guess just gay marriage.
Like consistently.
Right. Which by the way, I'm not saying I like necessarily agree with. It's just funny because if there were anyone that the left should be like, okay, we can deal with it, right? Like, well, all right, he has an R next to his name, but, you know, he likes the gays and he's a good businessman. He was in all these rap songs. He's a cultural icon. He's trying to save us tax money. All right, fine, we'll deal with it. And they just can't handle it. It's insane. All right. Go ahead, real quick.
The reason I said like they've always been the party of violence. This exactly sounds like a rebirth of like the Bill Ayers, Bernadine Dohrn, Weather Underground.
You're right.
It's cyclic. It's coming back around. And if that's true, you haven't seen nothing yet. They're about to get really cray-cray.
You're right. So get ready, Pam Bondi. If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.